Dave told me to meet him here, by that hole. Am I supposed to go through there? It looks really dark. Oh, wait. Are you Dave?
Oh, hi. Welcome to Vortex Obliterator. I'm your host, Grusk Stampoplasty, and joining me, finally, is,
Gus? What's this? What's going on?
hold your horses there, Chief. Rein him in. Just let me finish this introduction, and all will be revealed. Okay, thanks. And joining me today is a noted food critic, and an individual who has been instrumental in my restaurant career. At least the part where it all crumbled into dust.
Well, listen, if it's about the review I wrote,
What review? Oh, this? Don't worry about that. There'll be plenty of time to deal with that in the rest of the episode. But first, if you don't mind, could I please finish my introduction?
Oh, sure,
Is that okay with you?
sure.
Please? Great. Joining me today is noted food critic and very special guest, Farter Farton. Did I get that right?
No, my name is it's Martin.
I know that, Farter. Now, since last time, I've encountered even more problems with my nascent businesses. After my fantastic restaurant went under, thanks to our special guest here, I was reduced to giving tutorials to down-and-out bums about expressing their creativity through toilet paper.
I saw that video.
That was also a failure. Now, after trying my luck in the kitchen and the bathroom, I decided my next move should be to a place that has no rooms. The Vortex.
Vortex!
Now, I know what some of you may be wondering. What does that mean?
I was, yes.
Not surprising. Well, you see, in addition to being a professional chef, I'm also an amateur string theorist. Now, the interesting thing about this milieu is that it's not only a pocket of interdimensional space in the multiverse, but it's also a very dark crevice in my twisted psyche.
Wait, so it's a pocket of space and a place in your psyche?
That's pretty good for a novice, but it's really more of a vortex.
Vortex!
I don't really want to be in this vortex.
Do you think I do? But here we are, so coping skills are going to be necessary. Which brings us to our first demonstration, coping. Now, I would define coping as bearing the unbearable. Now tell me, Carter, have you ever been in a position where you felt the urge to surrender to the inevitable?
Well, yes, I think so.
Please, tell us about it.
Well, 5 years ago, my fiancée was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. She died 3 months later.
Go on.
While she was dying, I was filled with tremendous anger towards God. But the scariest part was that afterwards I felt nothing. I spent weeks on the couch looking at the ceiling. Finally, in order to feel something, I booked a ticket to Southeast Asia. I spent 3 months there. I did some things I'm not proud of, but when I returned, I realized that my life is pretty amazing. I know God has forgiven me, and now every day I am reborn into the light.
That's fantastic. It's great to actualize depraved fantasies every once in a while, but it's not the coping mechanism I recommend. Now, whether you're dealing with a devastating loss, a horrifying and inescapable double bind, or just plain old existential dread, I've got a method that's a surefire winner every single time. Just squeeze a tomato in your hand. Now, Carter, would you like to know how I discovered this little maneuver?
Sure.
Well, you see, one day I was in my restaurant, spicing a tray of jumbo shrimp. I just finished, and my assistant knocked the tray over while my back was turned. I was roaring mad. I really felt like chopping a block, when I noticed that I'd squeezed a tomato I'd been holding into a dripping pulp. Once I looked down at those ragged red guts, I took the edge right off. Since then, I've never been troubled. And the best part of all is you can still use the tomato pulp to make a delicious arrabbiata sauce. understand from your last story that you're a well-traveled gentleman, so you'll appreciate this next segment, which is inspired by a trip I took to the Louisiana Delta. Not only did I sample some delicious muffalettas, but I also learned about a time-honored technique to protect against malevolent spirits. Now I ask you, what could be better?
I don't know.
I'll tell you, learning how to project that malevolence into the world around you, with panache. Now, does this remind you of anything, Carter? Look, I'm going to need your help with this next segment, Carter. Is that okay?
I don't feel very comfortable with this.
Look, I completely understand. Tell you what, if you help me with this next little demo, I promise that in the next segment we'll learn how to escape a vortex.
Well...
Great. Now, if you'd be so kind, just go ahead and take this pin and just jab it into this little effigy I got here, you know, wherever you like. Yeah? Go ahead and... Yeah, good, great. That, right? Good, yeah. Great. Well done. So, how do you feel?
Like the whore Babylon.
So, does that mean there's a searing pain in your shoulder, or?
No, the shame of worshipping false idols.
Oh. That's great. Now, in the previous segment, I promised Carter here that our final demo would be about escaping the vortex.
Vortex!
And simply leaving this place would be a relief. But why settle for chicken wings when you could have duck a l'orange? Now tell me, Carter, was Faust ever on your reading list at culinary school?
No, mainly just Guy Fieri.
Well, just as there's a correct and an incorrect way to whip up some donkey sauce, there's also a right and a wrong way to make a deal with the devil. It's important to extract optimal value from the arrangement. After all, you never really know what you're giving up. Doesn't that make sense? Calm down, Carter. We're not summoning the capital D devil here. It's more of an imp. The kind of demon that spikes punch bowls, dispels vortices, and resuscitates careers in the restaurant business. Now, the first step to summoning a demon is to extend an invitation. One way to make the invitation heard in the demonic realms is to draw a figure the demon will recognize. That's why I've got this dry erase board and marker. Not only is it cheaper and less messy than fresh lamb's blood, but the marker smells great too. Wouldn't you agree, Carter?
It's kind of making me gag.
Well, don't gag too much or the demon won't be able to find its way into your body.
What?
No. I'm just kidding. Gagging will not prevent demonic possession. Pretty good, right, Carter? Carter?
I hate that. Wait. Are you Grusk Stampobloski?
Yeah. You know who I am?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of your show. It's the second most popular show in the Fifth Circle of Hell. Would you please stop that? You're making my skin blister. Great, thanks. So, what can I do you for?
Well, you see, I promised my friend here that I'd show him how to escape a vortex, but I have no idea how. Every time I try, it just gets worse.
Alright, so you want out of the...
And you know what, while I have you here, I wouldn't mind if you undid the damage a certain someone did with a certain article. In fact, you know what, forget undoing the damage. Why don't you make my restaurant career an unparalleled success? I'll take a packed house at my new restaurant and unadulterated adulation from my peers, if you'd be so kind.
Alright, I can do that, of course. I'm just gonna need one little thing from you.
Sure.
Let me be a guest on your next show. Are you kidding me?
Of course.
Really? I can be a special guest?
I'd be honored.
I can prepare the juice?
Absolutely.
And talk about traumatic childhood experiences?
Certainly.
And have your immortal soul?
Oh, of course.
Hey, sign here.
Okay.
fellas out of this vortex. Strike the set.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. You don't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
So, great. We're out of the vortex. I've got a guest lined up for my next show, and success is on the horizon. And we don't have to lose much. Does anyone else feel cold?